this year, finishing at 943, with a score of 10 over after 98, one over S. I request Mr. Chacarra to please present the report. From England, Alex Fitzpatrick. Request to please present Alex
Yeah, ecstatic. A little lost for words, but yeah, it's kind of starting to sink in a little bit. So yeah, I'm super happy, super proud of myself just for the battle out there. And yeah, it'll be fun.
And what can this victory do for the rest of your season now?
Yeah, hopefully I can continue to push on. I felt like my game was kind of in a good spot coming into this week. I was in contention in Joburg and had a couple bad holes that kind of set me back, but I felt like once I was kind of up there, I would hopefully kind of push the leaders and see what I could do, and yeah, hopefully I keep doing that for the rest of the year.
It's been a fantastic couple of weeks for the Fitzpatrick brothers. How proud are you to join your brother in the winner's circle on the DP World Tour?
Very much so. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's many brothers apart from the Højgaards that can say both brothers have won on tour, which I think is really cool. It's just, yeah, I'm extremely lucky to have someone who's got so much knowledge of the game and so much experience that just a call or a text. I should probably use his information more than I do, but at the end of the day, he's still my brother, and yeah, I'm very lucky.
Perfect. We'll go to some questions. Swami?
Alex, here, Mike.
Oh, sorry.
Number one, I'm sure you're very close to your brother. How often did you speak to him this week?
It's a weird one. We kind of go through phases, I would say. It's definitely at least once a week. But yeah, sometimes it could be quite a bit in a week, and then sometimes it might not be for a couple of weeks. So but it's kind of one of them. If he ever calls me, I'll pick up, and if I call him, he picks up. So I would say we're pretty close.
So, did you speak to him after Valspar?
Yeah, it was me, my mum and dad, and we were all in Sheffield in England watching. My mum was jumping up and down, and he called us all after, so we were all together and got to speak to him. So it was pretty amazing watching him come down the stretch, and I don't know what time it is in America right now, but I think he may have been watching.
One more quick question. I mean, you played on the PGA Tour a couple of times, including the Zurich Classic. You could have a shot at the card if you keep going the way you are right now. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course. I think it's definitely a goal of mine to try and get one of them cards. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people on the DP World Tour. I'm going to try and treat the rest of the season how I did this week, which was kind of one step at a time. The PGA Tour card wasn't kind of on my mind before this event. Obviously this helps, but there's still a long way to go before you even start thinking about the cards, especially with the back nine series now. But yeah, it's super exciting. I've put myself in a nice position, and hopefully I can keep playing well.
Yes, please.
Alex, at what point on the back nine did you ever think that this was done, like around, say, when Eugenio bogeyed 16 maybe, or was it in your mind that this is done, or I'm not sure till
I would say that if the moment it kind of felt done for me was I had about 6 inches on the last hole when I had 2 for it, so I hoped that I wouldn't 3-putt from there. Look, this golf course beats you up in all sorts of ways. It's amazing, and it can be really frustrating. So like even on the last, I thought I hit a good 3-wood down the fairway, and I'm in the rough, and I got to lay up. And there's all sorts of things that come into your head, especially when there's lots and lots of water around the green. So there wasn't any point where I thought it was done. It was just one shot at a time, and see where that leaves me.
What did you tell yourself when you dropped those 2 early shots on the front end? I mean, you're just telling yourself, hang in there, and things could go right.
There were probably a few words that I can't repeat that was going on in my head. But it's a real tricky one. Like the 2 bogeys I made, I felt like I didn't hit a bad shot. I hit a decent iron shot on 3 that kind of just hit another foot forward or foot back, and I would have a shot to the pin. And then I hit a great 3-wood into 4, and then I was up against the collar and didn't really have a shot. So I felt like I was hitting it good. It was just got to be so patient and hope that you can kind of stick around long enough to see what happens coming down the stretch.
And just talk us through that run of birdies on the back nine. You picked up about 5 shots in 6 holes, or 4 shots in 5 holes. What worked or what went right during that phase?
Yeah, I'm probably going to bore you with it, but it's kind of the same thing I was saying. I almost didn't realize that I was doing okay, just because every shot was so hard that was kind of all you focused on. So I made a good birdie on, I think it was 6. I've done okay on that hole this week, which is nice, because that was a hole I wasn't looking forward to. And good save on 7, and then just hold a couple good putts for the next few holes. I hit it in the bunker on 9 and thought I could make 10 here, so that was always nice, and that's probably going to be the best shot I hit all year out that bunker on 9. So again, it was just keeping yourself in it and hoping for the best, and seeing where that leaves you 16, 17, 18.
Just second row here.
Hi Alex, congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
were pretty frustrated after you bogeyed the 4th hole.
Say that again, sorry.
You looked pretty frustrated after you bogeyed the 4th hole.
Yeah.
But your game completely changed after 6th hole. Was there a mental shift? Like, what happened basically?
I honestly couldn't answer your question. I felt I was hitting it good. I felt like my game was in a good shape. I was hitting the shots I was wanting to, and with the course being so hard, it was like, can I hit the green? Can I hit fairways? Can I leave myself chances? That was really the game plan. And I happened to putt really well today. I think that was the big change, really. Hole in the 1 on 6, and then hole in the putt on 9. That kind of spurred me on a little bit, and I holed some really good putts from 12 to 14, I think. that just kind of kept the momentum. And then from there, it was a case of where am I sat compared to the leaders, and am I going to have to make a push, or am I going to have to try and be a little more cautious?
Just at the back.
Yeah, so Alex, can you just talk us through the last few years, because you turned pro in 2022, and it's almost 4 years, and now you've got your first title. Just the journey transitioning from an amateur to a pro, and how it kind of works, and really, what does it really take to win your first title as a pro?
Yeah, I kind of had I went to university at Wake Forest. I did my 4 years there, and then I played well enough in college they do a PGA Tour ranking, and that got me some form of PGA Tour Canada status. So I played on that for a little bit, and then did final stage Q School at Corn Ferry, and that didn't work out. But I was really lucky and this is, I'm kind of in a very privileged position. The DP World Tour helped me out with 7 invites. And that kind of really changed, not my trajectory, but it allowed me to have opportunity to play. And I played well enough to, in the 7 events, to get Challenge Tour status the next year. And then really I kind of played, I'd say, fairly well ever since, or at least my trajectory's going up a little bit. So I played half a year on Challenge Tour, qualified for the Open, played well at the Open, and that kind of changed everything really. And now I'm here, so it's been pretty crazy, but a lot of hard work.
Second row.
Yeah. Hi Alex.
How you doing?
Many congratulations. How do you see this victory as a significant part of your career, especially thinking of the 4 years? Like, just a corollary to the question, like, did you make any changes into your swing or anything in your game? There must be some self-doubts. How did you overcome all that till this time?
I had a couple of years ago, my first year on the DP World Tour, I felt like I played pretty good. I think I finished 40th in the race to Dubai. And then last year, I kind of struggled for a while. I have a great team around me, and made a few small tweaks in around October, and really kind of found a bit of form at the end of the season, which was really nice. And I just kind of stuck with the same process, just keep working hard. There were a few small tweaks in my swing that we kind of changed, but it's not done an awful lot different than I did in 22. Just feel like it's so valuable playing out here. You learn a lot from playing with some of the best players, and just picking people's brain, and I'm very lucky.
Just over here.
Hi Alex. The 15th and 16th today was where the tide really turned in your favor. So could you tell us what was going through your mind then?
15's kind of a little awkward tee shot. There's a lot of tee shots on this golf course where there's kind of trees both sides of the tee, and as someone who cuts it, it can be a little off-putting when there's trees hanging over you. But I hit a good drive down there. It was kind of one of them. Eugenio hit it in the bunker, and I know he had to lay up, and I thought, if there's ever a time where I can hit 3-wood and go for it, it felt like the right club. So I hit a good 3-wood, and it's kind of a weird one. I didn't think I could get it inside a 20-foot with the putt, and it just climbed up over the hill, and I gave myself a chance, and obviously he made bogey. So there was a bit of a swing there, and then this golf course is just so tough. You don't have to be. You just have to be a small bit off, and it can punish you. And I think the last 3 holes especially is very, very challenging. So I knew if I just stuck in it after 15, been 1 ahead, and I felt like 3 pars was going to be enough, and that was kind of what I aimed for.